Well, Little Rock will have to dig out, as everyone else will as well, after this snowstorm that covered the city with several inches of snow, leaving roads icy and travel difficult.
Yeah, today residents will face the aftermath, with some stranded at the airport, others enjoying this weather, and then of course first responders and those city crews working around the clock to clear the streets.
Hey guys, it is 5 o'clock in the morning and we're here with James at the AC Hotel in Little Rock trying to get this car out that's stuck. Now Ryan, I know you said you were in the same situation this morning, but we have been trying for about 30 minutes to get out. The ladies who own this car left because they were freezing. They were not dressed for this weather. James, what's going on? What have you seen all night so far?
Well, I've seen it sleet, snow at the same time. And I don't see a couple cars kind of sliding and getting stuck like this one we got back here.
So you want to try to get it out one more time?
Yeah, well, yeah.
There maneuvered it.
There. You want to try to get it out one more time for us? What we're going to do first? Yeah, rock it back and forth like I was telling you. Come on. Come on. Forward. Go forward. Now rock it back. You're going to have to
come back.
Here. Come on.
Yep.
Now go forward. Don't touch this spin going back. Go back. You got to rock. Make the truck rock.
Almost.
Hey, Daniela, thank you so much. This is exactly what happened to Stacy and I this morning. As you can see, the snow is extremely thick, right, Stacy?
Yes, and if you stop and you try to get started again, it can be very difficult. You can see he's having trouble. I may recommend what we did, kind of shoveling out a little bit. Oh, he got it.
Okay, he's going. Okay.
If you don't have to go anywhere, just don't go anywhere this morning. That's probably the best thing. But what I was trying to say is we had some cat litter, actually really helped kind of get our car going this morning.
And we kind of had some muscle as well. We were pushing behind the vehicle while our manager, Matt, was in the driver's seat. And that kind of helped really get the momentum of us not being stuck and being able to be here on Daybreak.
Hey, Daniela, have you seen a lot of people out or any cars out so far?
So far, like people leaving the hotel, people leaving some of the buildings that were on the night shift. They've tried to get out. We've seen some cars kind of slip inside, but none really stuck like this one. It was kind of in a bad space because there's a drain right here, I think, and the snow had leveled. It's higher up there than it is down here, so that's why they're stuck, but we almost got it out.
So close.
Or they did, not me.
Well, you'll certainly need to stay safe out there this morning, stay warm. We're going to check back in with you in just a little bit. You need to be careful if they need to go to work this morning. We're going to check back in with you later in the show.
The Pine Bluff Street Department had been hard at work at prepping the roads before the snow started falling. Pine Bluff Mayor Vivian Flowers joins us live on the phone. Good morning, Mayor Flowers. Can you hear me?
Good morning. I sure can. Thank you.
So, Mayor Flowers, talk to us about how your crews are handling, I'm told, more ice versus snow.
Well, we've been working to prepare all week, whether it's from the warming stations or the warming center, but also our street department has been hard at work. And part of what we had to do was really wait. And then they got into gear when we saw precipitation. It's still coming down. We're anticipating anywhere from 5 to 8 feet. And pretty much the streets are clear in terms of movement. We canceled city employees from coming into work on Thursday and today, following the school district. So with people staying home from work, with the city, most of retail, except for some of our larger stores, and the school district, there's not a lot of movement, which is allowing our street crews to do what they do.
Mayor Flowers, how can people at home help you guys do what you need to do this morning?
Well, we want people to stay home and stay safe, stay warm, and the big thing that we need right now are volunteers to be available, and some volunteers to actually come help us with the warming center. And the best way that we're trying to do this is, rather than just rely on the team and have people working large shifts, we're asking people to work 4 and 8 hour shifts, maybe even 2 hour shifts, so that we can have anywhere from 4 to 6 people at a time as the warming center, to ensure that we can be available for who may come and need assistance.
All right, Mayor Flowers, thank you so much. Again, volunteers needed for the warming center in Pine Bluff. Mayor Flowers, thank you so much for your time. So with the winter storm sort of winding down, stranded travelers will start to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
And we do have Shane Carter with the Clinton National Airport joining us live this morning. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
So what should travelers expect over the next few days as this snow is falling, and then, of course, it will end up thawing out?
The airport is operating. Airlines are trying to get some departures out this morning, so our main runway is in good condition. As we move through the day, we are expecting, though, still to have some cancellations and delays. 34 cancellations so far today. So our biggest piece of advice is check with your carrier for the most updated information regarding their flight schedules before you come to the airport. And while we're going to continue to be in good shape at the Little Rock Airport, we may have a ripple effect with cancellations and delays over the weekend as this storm system continues to move across the southeast.
Shane, we have been talking with you pretty much all week as your crews have been getting everything prepared. How do you guys think, how would you grade your effort and your performance so far?
Our employees have done an excellent job. They started preparing back in September, working with our airlines and also with the FAA on their plans and procedures. As this forecast started coming together, we began to prepare last weekend, and then going into this week getting ready. Crews were at the airport ready to stay and will continue to stay through the duration of the storm. They've worked all yesterday, all overnight this morning, not only in the airfield, where we've had 30 employees that have continuously been plowing and sweeping the runway and the critical taxiways, but then also in the terminal. We have employees from customer care and operations who've been working with passengers. We had 55 passengers who stayed the night last night in the terminal. They were on flights going to Dallas yesterday that could not land in Dallas, so those flights were diverted here, and they're awaiting takeoff this morning. But the airport employees have done a fabulous job, and we're so proud of their dedication and all that they're doing to help us operate safely.
Yeah, we're certainly thankful for them, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning. We'll check back in with you later in the show.
Thank you.
We want to begin our team coverage here in Little Rock, where we've already seen about 4, maybe 5 inches of snow. There's still snow coming down in the city.
Today, people are dealing with the aftermath, some stranded at the airport, others making the most of the heavy snowfall, and some even stranded outside the hotel downtown. Good morning, Daniela. Did the truck make it out of the snow?
Good morning, guys. So the truck did not make it out of the snow, but we got it out of the way with the help of James and Derek on the inside. Derek is camera shy, but what you guys missed earlier, just a few minutes ago, was this curb behind me. There was so much snow on top of it. An Uber got stuck, and the passenger was someone I met last night in the street the other day, and his flight was canceled. The flights going to Dallas were rerouted to Little Rock, so he almost missed his flight again. But Richard Newman, the guy behind the camera right now, I have video of him helping him get to his flight. So there are still hazards out here. There's so much snow piled up on the curbs, you can't really see them. It's like they don't exist until you hit them and then your car is stuck. So, James, any precautions?
Yes, just drive, slow. Don't gas it. And if anything else, if you don't have to get outside, don't go out, because there's a little layer of ice up under there that you do not see.
What about what's going to happen to that truck? Do you know?
Probably someone come and tow it out tomorrow. I mean, later on when they get off the day, it was some McDonald's workers, some ladies, and they got picked up and went to work. But they'll be back to get it. But we got it out of the driveway, so it's not going to be in the way of anybody. So should be fine.
Important thing is that everybody so far is safe. Everybody's gotten to work. Everybody's gotten to their flights so far. Please be careful out here. It is very slippery, and the snow is still accumulating. Back to you guys in the studio.
Welcome back to Channel 7 Daybreak. We have team coverage this morning, and in one of the hardest hit areas in Arkansas so far has been the southwestern part of the state, including Hot Springs.
That is where we find Channel 7's Ashley Lunningham with a beautiful smile on her face as the snow falls down from the sky. Ashley, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, guys, good morning. I mean, how could you not have a beautiful smile on your face with these big snowflakes coming down? It's still snowing. We've been here since yesterday. It started about 1:30. It has not stopped. Big snowflakes, sleet, mixed rain, now back to big snowflakes. And the snow, waking up this morning was insane to walk out and see how much accumulation has happened. And I just wanted to show you guys, I wanted to measure it together and see just how much. I think we're measuring almost 11 inches.
Oh my
so the
goodness.
forecast was absolutely correct, maybe even more, and it's still snowing, so there could be more coming out of this. It could be, we could go to 12, who knows. But I'm going to step out of the way and just show you just the landscape of what we're looking at. Beautiful. It's a winter wonderland. Now, of course, everything you see here is gonna be on the roads. We've seen a few cars go by today already. It is very deep snow, as you guys probably know since you got stuck this morning. But if you are driving on this road, definitely take it slow, use precautions, because it's very dense. It's very, there's a lot of snow on the ground. Back to you guys.
Ashley, before we go, we just wanted to kind of point out right behind you, if you look at the stop sign, there is a lot of snow all the way to your right, all the way up. Stacy, just a whole lot of snow.
Yeah, you can see it
right there. That is how high the snow is, and it's just another reason.
Absolutely. Yeah, insane, absolutely insane. I'm short, so when I first stepped out, I mean, it goes all the way up to here, so I'm walking around and trudging, trying to get through. It's definitely deep.
Continue our winter weather coverage in Little Rock, where people are starting to dig out after all of this snow.
Yeah, some stranded at the airport this morning, others enjoying the winter weather. City crews working around the clock to clear the streets.
Channel 7's Daniela DeHogany is live for us in downtown. Daniela, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Speaking of enjoying the snow, we have found someone who loves the snow. This is Kaylee. She works for Banco ZK. She is part of the essential staff, the wire department, and they have to be here. If you know anything about banks and how they work, they have to be here. So, Kaylee, tell me a little bit about what you experienced last night.
Yeah, so yesterday we actually started seeing the snow come down around the 1-ish hour, and we started sending our employees that live really far away home early so they could work from home remote. Unfortunately, as a manager, I have to be available to be in person, to print, to coordinate, and that kind of stuff. So around the 6 o'clock hour, when we were done closing for the night, it was already coming down really hard, and I had to drive over here to Capitol, and it was just squirrely. I mean, my car was like, oh my goodness, fishtailing all over the place. So I just was like white knuckle gripping it and just going really slow. And by the time I got here, it was that we already had several inches on the ground, and I was like, I love the snow, but I definitely didn't bring the shoes for it. But we're actually here at Capitol because we can't get to our HQ building because of the weather. So we're actually working at our Capitol branch this morning today, and letting most of our employees work remote.
All right. Thank you so much, Kaylee. We appreciate all of your hard work. And she works at the Bank OZK with the big angels. So if you drive by there, I'm pretty sure it's a great scene. But be careful if you do. Back to you guys in the studio.
You enjoy the snow, too, this morning.
Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. is live on the phone this morning. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Can you hear me?
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good, Mayor Scott. So on a ride in this morning, we got stuck in the snow. Talk to us about how your road crews are handling this.
Thank you so much. We're very grateful for our road crews with the Little Rock Public Works Division. We have approximately 120 road crew members that are working 24-hour shifts during the snowstorm. Right now, we have about 20 plow trucks that are out and about working our 9 primary routes. Those are online and on our social media channels. Those are the high priority routes that we are working on continuously. Our road crews that are working a 24-hour operation are split up within 2 12-hour shifts from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I was at the shift change yesterday, stayed late, very late last night within our emergency shelter center. They're working those 9 primary routes. We ask residents to, as we share each year during a snowstorm, we work to clear the path of the 9 primary routes first. Then we go straight to the neighborhood streets. And so clearly, snow came down last night and continue to come down today. We are continuing to not only plow the streets, but also mix the streets with sand and salt. Right now, I know on yesterday's day shift, we shared about 280 cubic yards of sand and salt and did about the same last night. We'll continue to do that this morning in the day shift alongside our road graders. And as clearly as you know, as the snow continues to fall down, as we're doing that, it's going on top of what we just cleared. And so we just ask everyone, unless you're an essential personnel, please stay off the streets, stay warm, stay safe. But if you do have to get on the streets, utilize our driving tips that we've put on our social media as well as online as well. So again, stay safe, stay warm. We've got about 120 people working around the clock to clear the 9 primary routes first. And then once they clear the 9 primary routes, go straight to the neighborhood streets.
Mayor Scott Jr., thank you so much for all of your time and for all of your efforts and for all that you do for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Snow has fallen, it's still falling, and RDOT is working to clear any roads that may need it.
Dave Parker with RDOT joins us now live with everything we need to know. Good morning, Dave. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning to you. Yes, every time I think the snow is tapering off a bit, it picks back up.
So Dave, how does your department prepare for such a large-scale event with this much snow statewide?
Communication planning. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but Monday, Tuesday, we were already talking statewide. We have 10 RDOT districts, roughly 2,200 workers involved in this, 600 snowplows. So we just started talking. Every district has roughly 200 people out there in this, working minimum 12-hour shifts. So this is a challenge. Statewide storm is I don't want to say unusual, but to have one first out of the gate in 2025 is a bit of a challenge for sure.
And I was going to ask you, what is the most concerning part about all of this morning?
Really, we can't make a lot of progress now when the snow is still coming down. We're not putting any de-icing materials, anything north of Interstate 30 or 40 in the western part of the state. The southeast part's still a little bit of ice. We are putting some de-icing materials down, but mostly we're not. We're plowing. We're not making a lot of progress right now. We're just not, because we pass one lane and take care of it, and we come back and it's snow covered. So it's going to be slow going until midday. I think Melinda said 11, 12, maybe we'll see a break. I hope so. we can make some real progress this afternoon. I think by 3, 4, 5 o'clock, interstates are much better, still one lane. But then tonight, that refreeze factor.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. 2,200 workers working 12-hour shifts. Thank you guys so much for your time. Dave, we will check back in with you in our 7 and 8 o'clock hour. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I have met some people who are on their way to the airport right now trying to catch those flights that were delayed last night. Now, it has caused many inconveniences here, especially from what I'm hearing for people like traveling nurses who had to be somewhere and now they are postponed. They are waiting here. They don't know their next step. It's causing delays in that type of way that many might not think of. You know, people had places to be, people had places to go. They are expected as emergency personnel to be there, and they're still waiting in this lobby right now in this hotel. We just saw a few get shuttled out, so things are improving just a little bit. I think things at the airport are improving as well. Flights are being taken out, but the snow is still falling. Now I am a person that likes the snow. I have dogs that love the snow. We've seen a few dogs running up here having a great time, but as you probably just heard behind me, the cars are still swerving around these corners as the snow is still packing in heavy. They aren't able to see the curbs, and that's causing a lot of damages to rims, car rims, truck rims. They're having trouble, especially up this hill where we were earlier this morning. There's still a few cars stuck up there. Now, it's expected that when it does ice over those cars, if they're not moved out of the way, they will slide down. So they're trying to get those cars in a safe place, at least for the time being. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, now that the snow has fallen, RDOT starts the work of clearing any roads that may need it.
Dave Parker with RDOT is joining us now live with what you need to know about those road conditions. Dave, we already noticed when we were coming from downtown this morning, it was difficult to even drive around there.
Yeah, every highway, every interstate, pretty much across the state, except maybe for the extreme southwest, is snow covered. You know, we're plowing as quickly as we can. It's coming down at about an inch an hour, and we'll continue doing that for the next 2, 3, 4 hours. So we're easily looking at 10 inches of snow average across much of the state. This is unusual, you know, statewide snow and ice event. Usually it's that one isolated section of Arkansas, but this is covering all of us. So it's going to be a challenge for a while if we can stay even, meaning we plow a lane, we come back and it's covered again, and we'll just keep doing that until, you know, maybe midday we see the snow ending and we can make some progress.
Well, Dave, why is it so important for people, if they don't have to be out, to stay at home and keep the roads clear for emergency personnel?
Yeah, I mean, you get out there, we're not seeing a great deal of accidents. Obviously, traffic numbers are very low right now, but we're not seeing people involved in accidents, but people slipping off the interstate. You can't see the lane in most cases, so people are sliding off. That causes backup. Emergency vehicles can't get around them if needed. We can't get our plows around you. So, yeah, if you can stay home, I hope most people can. I know schools are off and so forth. For those who have to work out there, I would budget at least 3 times the normal amount of time it takes you to get there, because the speeds need to be very, very low. There's no reason to go even close to the normal speed, be it interstate or highway.
Well, I know one of our coworkers who was out on the roads last night said the only people on the roads were him and the snow plows. So we know that they're out there working hard, doing their job. So thank you to all those first responders that are working, all the people that are trying to get the roads clear for us. And Dave, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
One of the main areas hit from the snow was Hot Springs. Some areas saw up to 5 inches of snow or more. There were several accidents, and the National Guard was deployed to help stranded drivers.
Thursday, the freezing rain made roads slick and the snow led to whiteout conditions. But we know that Channel 7's Ashley Lenningham is there now. She just measured 11 inches in her last live hit, Ashley, and it's still coming down.
Yeah, absolutely. Still coming down. One thing I wanted to point out that, you know, there's a lot of snow here. Of course, it's blanketing everything. It looks so beautiful. And one thing that kids, they're not going to be in school today. One thing they're going to really like about this snow is that it packs really well. So you can make the perfect snowball, of course. And also, I just wanted to demonstrate, guys, that if you find the best snow place to do a snow angel, I wanted to do one just to see how it would work, how well we could do this.
I love that. Oh my goodness, that's a deep snow angel.
That's a good
I mean, look how deep
angel.
that is.
That is beautiful.
I mean,
now watch your
I'm covered
step.
in
Watch your
snow.
step.
I may regret that. I may get extremely cold after this, but I mean, that snow angel was great. So guys, if you're gonna get out today, especially kids, that's the snow angels and the snowball fights are gonna be amazing today.
I cannot wait to see you get involved in some of those this afternoon.
I really hope so.
Ashley Lundingham reporting live for us this morning in Hot Springs. We'll check back in with you later. Just dealing with some technology this morning. That's what happens when you're live on TV.
Yes. Good morning, Heather Kendrick from Entergy. How are your crews handling what's happening right now?
Yes, good morning. Technology is always great as long as it works, right?
Exactly.
You're right.
Yes, our crews are throughout the state. We have actually more than 2,100 crew members ready to restore power when we get a little bit more daylight, and after our scout crews go out and assess exactly what the damages are and what equipment is required for that. We feel very fortunate that our preparations earlier this week, and also just our year-round preparations like vegetation management and upgrade projects to the grid and things like that, have really paid off, because we are not seeing widespread statewide power outages with this event, thanks to that preparation, and also thanks just to the pretty snow and not the ugly ice, if you will.
That's right. And I mean, I was looking at your map, and really the concentration of the most power outages in the southwestern part of the state, which is where we think that there may have been a little bit of ice. Is that y'all's main concern this morning?
Yes. So if you have more than a 1/4 inch of ice, sleet, or even if you have a little bit of sleet and then some snow on top of it, that can accumulate on the power lines, and that's what causes outages. So we will be going out and making sure that we know exactly what the plan is for that power restoration. But that is our priority, is to get the lights back on for those customers in southern Arkansas. And we will update customers through text messages and email messages and things like that. And also, after our morning meeting, we'll start to redirect some crews from parts of the state that were not affected as much and send them down to southern Arkansas, again, just to get the lights back on a little bit quicker.
Working really hard today to make sure that Arkansans have power. Heather, thank you again for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Well, we've been checking in on Clinton National Airport this morning. So far, they've had to cancel 31 flights, but those were all due to inclement weather at other airports. Also, 55 passengers from flights that were diverted to Little Rock from DFW will be spending the night at the terminal. The airport is providing them with blankets, mats, and water. If you do plan to travel today, you need to check your flight status with your airline before you head to the airport.
Well, the best thing you can do is to keep yourself informed about the road conditions leading to the airport, and then also what your flight status is. As we move on through tomorrow, we do expect tomorrow morning to be impacted. So if you do have travel arrangements tomorrow morning, be sure you get up early and you check the status on those. As we move on through the day, we do expect conditions to get better, but we may be seeing a ripple effect all the way through the weekend.
Clinton National is equipped with about 10,000 gallons of liquid de-icer and 20 tons of dry de-icer to keep their flights moving.
Around 140 Arkansas National Guardsmen are out on the roads this morning assisting Arkansas State Police with drivers who might find themselves in trouble.
There's a great opportunity to serve your state and nation in this uniform and make your life better. And so that's priority number one. And number two, being ready to make yourself better and being a part of an organization that's higher than yourself. And so it is exciting to see the citizens of Arkansas being better every single day, serving their state and their nation.
And we are so thankful for their service. Governor Sanders authorized the mobilization of 28 winter weather response teams. They've been pre-positioned in 12 different locations. Each team is made up of 5 guardsmen with 2 Humvees, so they will help get stranded drivers to a safe area, but they are not permitted to recover privately owned vehicles.
If you do have to travel, maintain the appropriate speeds for the conditions that traveling requires, extend distances between vehicles, and for those citizens and travelers that interact with our soldiers and airmen, we're there to help, and look forward to helping you through a difficult situation.
These teams began patrolling on interstates and highways at noon on Thursday.